Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Fnaf Theory Debunking. Oh, wait a second. What's this episode about again? Aw, shit. So I'm sure by now you've heard of the Dream Theory, a theory that covers all aspects of Fnaf lore. It's loved and followed by many, but also hated by many. Here's my opinion on it.
Forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much it makes me post angry comments as I march through videos on it. But let me put my fangirling emotions aside, and let's look at the factual side of this. The Dream Theory revolves around the idea that the FNAF 4 minigames are the only things in the 4 games that is actually real. The rest is all just the coma dream of a child. When I first heard this idea, I thought it was pretty cool, and it made a lot of sense. At the same time, my heart sank, and I know many other hardcore theorists felt this way. After countless hours of researching and hard work, we have contributed nothing, all because nothing really mattered. But it got me thinking. Why the hell would Scott have built up the complex and interesting lore for 3 whole games just to end it with a cop-out like a dream? Honestly, this doesn't sound right. Scott is a smart guy. He knows that ending his game like this is basically like punching all the hardcore fans in the face. This isn't like him. There are 2 things that are very bad about this theory. For one, this theory is impossible to disprove. You can take any story and say it was all a dream, and no one, not a soul, can completely disprove that. When someone decided to throw the Dream Theory on top of FNAF, it literally screwed us all over. We are walking away from a story that isn't solved. Now I'm going to try my best and explain why the Dream Theory does not work. First of all, the evidence. Now we all know that the FNAF series is chock full of breadcrumbs. There are so many, it's difficult to make a theory. In fact, it's even hard to sweep them under that Dream Theory rug. There's just too many. For instance, listen to some of the things Phone Guy says in the 3 games. Keep in mind, this is supposedly dreamt up by some kid who looks no older than 8.
Let's see. First, there's an introductory greeting from the company that I'm supposed to read. It's kind of a legal thing, you know. Something about their servos locking up if they get turned off for too long. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves weren't filled with cross-beams, wired, animatronic devices, especially around the facial area. Facial recognition, advanced mobility, they even let them walk around during the day. Isn't that neat? But most importantly, they're all tied into some kind of criminal database so they can detect a predator a mile away. Fazbear Entertainment denies any wrongdoing. Turning the crank will recoil and compress the animatronic parts around the sides of the suit, providing room to climb inside. Please make sure the spring locks are fastened tight to ensure the animatronic devices remain fixed. Management also requests that this room not be mentioned to family, friends, or insurance representatives. Thanks again, and remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
I'm sorry, but I honestly can't see a kid dreaming this all up. And if you say that the kid's dad is Phone Guy, then where is the line between reality and dream? If his dad, Phone Guy, is recording these messages, wouldn't it make most of the games real anyway? Like how he explains how to keep Foxy away? This means the animatronics are trying to get the night guard just like the game. This just creates a circle of confusion and honestly doesn't solve anything. It's not possible this kid would dream up these calls. And if those calls were real, it's basically like saying the games are real as well. So what's the point of it all being a dream? And now here are some questions that can't be easily answered following the Dream Theory. Why is there actual paychecks with the individuals' names and minimum wage? It seems odd that this child would know/remember the minimum wage of 1987. The kid probably doesn't even know what a minimum wage is. In the first 3 games, why is the kid dreaming in first person of different people and not himself? What is the relevance of the opening and closing and abandoning of locations? Why does there have to be a reason behind older models being put away? Because logic. And like I said before, we all know dreams don't usually follow real-world logic. And please, just look at this. Despite a year-long search for a buyer, companies seem unwilling to be associated with the company. Yep, I had dreams about company relations when I was a kid too. Not. And that is just scratching the surface of things this kid would most likely not be able to dream up. Is it just me, or do dreams usually play out like fairy tales? Not company policies, cover-ups, employees' checks, and animatronic intricacies. But wait a second. We know what kind of dreams this kid has, and they aren't anything like the other 3 games. In a place familiar to him, a place much like his bedroom, with his bed and Freddy plush, his dreams are haunted by animatronics, but ones not like the other games. This time, the animatronics are extremely unrealistically terrifying. Hell, Foxy magically turns into a plushie, and Chica's cupcake can fly. This doesn't sound like before. The other games were much more plausible, and the thing is, we know this is a dream. This is what real dreams look like in the Fnaf universe. Many things in the Fnaf story seem too complex and coherent to be a dream. Coherent doesn't sound like a word used when talking about Fnaf. But here is just one example. Kids are murdered. Therefore, the new animatronics are linked with criminal database. A story of events. Conflict then resolution. This kind of storytelling doesn't just happen in a dream. Most evidence supporting the dream theory is found in Fnaf 4, where there is a dream. Many dream theory supporters point out the Fnaf 4 trailer's text for evidence. What is it that you think you see? Implying that it's not real. They combine that with the 4 games, 1 story to make the dream theory. But keep in mind, this trailer is for Fnaf 4, not the entire series. Also, some point at the Fnaf 3 teaser where the text reads, "It's all in your mind." Once again, this is implying that those animatronics are hallucinations, and Springtrap is not. It has nothing to do with Fnaf 1, 2, and 4. Scott confirmed that MatPat's Fnaf 2 theory was almost entirely correct. The problem most likely being the phone guy equals purple guy thing. Also, here's a random piece of evidence that makes no sense. Remember the Halloween update? The one that changed the skins of some of the animatronics in Fnaf 4? Do you remember how Scott decided to make Balloon Boy canon? So the question is, why not Nightmarion? If it's all his dream anyway, then why is Nightmarion not considered canon? And that's all I can really say, guys. Like I said before, it's nearly impossible to disprove of a dream theory. So, as much as I'd like to say this is debunked, I can't really say that. If you have anything to add, please leave a comment. I would love to hear it. I hope you all have an awesome night. Goodbye!